People often say that stress is linked to tinnitus. But one day, I started wondering, what exactly is stress? Is stress just a feeling? Or is it something that actually happens in the brain and body? Here's how I think about stress. Stress is a mild form of anger. At first, it's just irritation. But when it repeats, it turns into resentment, then anger, and even rage. The emotion gradually intensifies. When such emotions repeat, the body automatically reacts. At the core of that reaction is the autonomic nervous system. It operates beyond our control and is divided into two parts, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. The sympathetic nervous system is like an emergency mode. Think of the moment you nearly got into an accident, or when you're about to give a speech in front of people, or when you're too nervous to eat. Your heart races, your hands sweat, your breathing becomes shallow, and your digestion stops. Your body goes into survival mode. That's why chronic stress often causes pain in the stomach area. Emotional tension becomes physical pain. In contrast, the parasympathetic nervous system is the recovery mode. It activates when you're taking a walk, breathing deeply, or slowly enjoying a warm meal. That's when your body focuses on healing and restoration. If stress continues, your brain's alarm system, the amygdala, becomes overly sensitive. When it senses danger, it immediately activates the sympathetic nervous system and sends a command to release cortisol, the stress hormone. In short, the sympathetic system kicks in first, and cortisol acts like fuel to keep that stress state going. Cortisol is secreted from the adrenal glands above the kidneys and spreads through the bloodstream. Cortisol helps your body secure energy for survival. Especially when blood sugar is low, it instructs the body to break down fat, and even muscle, to produce glucose. This process is called gluconeogenesis. But as your muscles decrease, your basal metabolic rate also drops. Your body begins to burn less energy, and visceral fat builds up more easily. Visceral fat presses against blood vessels and interferes with circulation. Auditory cells are extremely sensitive to oxygen supply. When blood flow is impaired, your ears can't function properly, and your brain starts creating sounds that don't actually exist. That's the high-pitched beep, tinnitus. Tinnitus may not just be an ear problem. It could be a complex warning signal from both your body and your mind, involving stress, autonomic imbalance, the amygdala, cortisol, muscle loss, visceral fat, and poor blood circulation. So when the doctor said, "Don't stress too much," I finally started to understand. Maybe that wasn't just a comforting phrase, but an actual prescription to save my body. So, how can we reduce stress? In other words, is there a way to calm the overactive sympathetic system and amygdala? In the next video, I'll share methods I personally tried to soothe both body and mind.